Hello, thanks for checking out what's up at Fun Factory Hobbies. This is for the fortnight ending Saturday, July 15th, 2023. I say fortnight because, well, I could do a video last week. Well, I didn't forget. I'd planned to do it on Saturday, but then we got busy and I never got around to it. So, anyway, lots of stuff because, well, it's 2 weeks worth of stuff. Let's get into it, shall we? First of all, we have the Annihilate EX box for the Pokemon trading card game. You can see it's got Mankey, Primeape, and Annihilate EX. Some boosters. What all does it have? A foil promo featuring the 3 cards I pointed out, 4 Pokemon TCG booster packs, and a code card. There you have it. Also for Pokemon, a couple of new EX battle decks. We have Chenpao and Tinkaton. Here's Tinkaton. Ready to play 60 card deck. And other goodness. And Chenpao. Ready to play 60 card deck. Which is convenient because you need a 60 card deck to play. And we have a league event this afternoon, and pretty much every Saturday afternoon at 2 to 4 p.m. What else do we have? Oh yeah, new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff this week. I don't think this is a new set, but it's new to us. Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge boosters. And these are new this week. They're starting on their 25th anniversary waves. So here we have Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. See the 25th quarter century logo there. And Pharaoh's Servant, 25th quarter century. Yep, it's new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Tammy's thrilled. Let's see. From Loki Battle Mats, just a couple weeks ago, we got in volumes 1 and 2 of the Big Book of Battle Mats. Here we have volume 3, 60 pages of Battle Mats. More cool stuff there. And Towns and Taverns, books of Battle Mats, because this is a set of 2 Battle Mat books for RPG. Attention, adventurers! The Towns and Taverns book Battle Mats are 2 urban fantasy themed tabletop roleplay map books full of modular maps. Create your own towns with 2 books that line up to create endless layouts, giving you a 24-inch by 24-inch map area from books that fit in your bag. Reduce your brain prep time with these portable mats. Wipe clean with a 1-inch grid design. The 360-degree spine allows the book to fold completely in half if space is tight, or lay dead flat so your adventure can unfold in front of you. With imagination-sparking designs, the Towns and Taverns books of Battle Mats are reusable for a limitless number of town encounters. With winding alleys, village streets, warehouses, docks, taverns, and more to explore, Towns and Taverns are waiting for you. So it's over to you. Roll for initiative! These have proven more popular than I thought they might, but that's okay. Releasing, in fact, today, we have for the Orcs in 40k, Boss Snickret. For the Tau, Commander Farsight. And for the Dark Angels, Lionel L. Johnson. Leon L. Johnson, or some people were pronouncing it Lion. From Vesuvius Media Vesuvius Media. We have a couple of expansions for Catapult Feud. Here we have the Hydra expansion. Kind of bounced around a little in the box during shipping, but really cool Hydra miniature in there. Yep. A couple of those. because I know we've had some people express interest in Catapult Feud. We've had this one for a while, but I got another copy of it because we sold the last one. Catapult Kingdoms, which is the same thing as Catapult Feud. One was the Kickstarter name, one is the U.S. Name because that was another name in Europe. Is that trademark or something? I don't know. So this is dice ammo, action cards, and rule cards. Just one more way to spice up your Catapult Feud Kingdom game. And here we have the Artificer's Tower expansion for Catapult Feud. The Chaufforts and the Cunningfields build higher and higher as the feud continues to grow. The mighty Plunger rams into action, moving closer into battle. Will the troops be safe in the Artificer's Tower, or will the fall be their last? Bzzz, what's that sound? Ready, aim, ram the tower. The Artificer's Tower expansion adds new weapons, new ammo, and more bricks for elaborate castle building. Building a tall tower, but watch out for bees. They'll have your troops running in all directions. It does require Catapult Feud to be played. Fun stuff. Tammy, come grab some of this stuff. From Renegade Game Studios, we have the My Little Pony role-playing game core rulebook. Been waiting for this one for a while. They, of course, have licenses for lots of games from Hasbro now, and finally have been able to produce their role-playing game book for My Little Pony. The book contains everything you need to create your own My Little Pony character and play the game. Just add dice, some friends, and your imagination. By the way, we have official My Little Pony dice sets over there, but any polyhedral will work just fine. And let me get my zoom back to where it's supposed to be. There we go. Also from Renegade, we have the Vampire the Masquerade Player's Guide, brand new book. Children of the Night, what games they play, and what games can we play with them? Vampires have lurked among us since the first rose nameless by the Euphrates. They command mighty powers and strange magics. They hunt in singular ways. They even flock together when times demand it. This book collects new character building options, powers, guides for playing together and alone and virtually, and new ways to use the old rules, the perfect companion to Vampire the Masquerade. I know that one's going over here, so let me just set it over here. And back to the Hasbro stuff. Power Rangers role-playing game, Across the Stars source book. Fantastic worlds and terrifying foes threaten the grid. Across the Stars gives your Power Rangers role-playing game stories all players and GMs need for space travel and to face off against foes from the Machine Empire, Trubian Empire, Pirate Queen Divitox Marauders, and the force of the United Alliance of Evil. From Troll Lord Games, we have this 5th edition adventure, Verdant Rage. For many long years, the druid Argus has kept the forest of Everwood safe. His efforts have pitted him against foes of great and small. No matter the challenge, Argus has always found the wherewithal to overcome evil, but his researches have the late gone foul. In his obsessive quest to keep the forest at peace and those within it safe from harm, he has sought and gained access to the Liber Mortis, the dread book of the undead, has ever been a bane to men. Within its dusty pages resides the knowledge of the other side. Argus's lust has led him astray. The book has corrupted Argus and transformed him into a monstrosity, the likes of which the forest realm has not seen in many years. He has bent his power toward evil and turned the forest into a place of dread. Worse, he has bound those of the Fae to him and made them creatures of nightmare. So it is that the Dryad Eva has come to the halls of men seeking aid for her kin and her forest. An adventure designed for 4 to 6 characters of 3rd to 5th level. This one we got kind of by request. A regular was looking for a music-themed game for his significant other, and we came across this one, Vinyl. It does have the Dice Tower seal of approval, so that suggests it's pretty fun. After the needle reaches the center of the record, you shoot up out of your chair and hop on the computer. You want more! You can locate the nearest record store, which in Mount Gilead's right across the street from us. You jump in the car, not knowing what to expect. After arriving and parking the car, you pull back on the door and enter into a musical paradise. Welcome to Vinyl. And then, so that's the base game. And then we have the Masters of Metal edition. That'd be the one I would go for. Lights and smoke engulf a guitarist shredding a guitar. A drummer is hammering away with his set and laying out a bass line. Fans lucky enough to get concert tickets are screaming in the audience, wearing their band's memorabilia such as t-shirt, dog tags, and belt buckles. After an extraordinary show, fans purchase posters and keychains to mark the memorable event and head to the record store to buy an album from the next favorite band to round up their collection. As if that weren't enough, we also have the Vinyl British Invasion Edition. I might go for that one too, because I like a lot of the British Invasion stuff. British Invasion is commencing. Music from the talented British musicians is taking to the airwaves and entering homes around the world. People are flocking to record stores to purchase inexpensive 45s, to explore these new sounds, and eventually invest in 33s of their favorite bands. Stores are importing music from these bands to meet the surging demand. Maybe not quite my jam, but I don't dislike it. The Big Band edition of Vinyl. During the 40s, the big band era was at its climax, with genres such as jazz and swing leading the way. In addition to the talented band leaders, gifted musicians delivered moving solos. People enjoyed great music at nightclubs or listening at home on radios or record players. Records initially were only available at 78 speed and held one song. However, 33 speed records with their extended duration began to grow in popularity. Welcome to Vinyl Big Band. Last but not least, in the Vinyl, Season's Greetings Vinyl Edition. As the snow falls and the fireplace crackles, families extract the crate of holiday albums, along with the old record player out of storage. Dust is blown off the record player, and a queue of favorite albums is formed. Family members examine each album, reminiscing about Christmas memories, and the endless drops, or as the needle drops, a hiss and a pop are heard, followed by the warmth of Christmas music filling the air. The music brings joy to all and inspires the traditional Christmas tree decorating with ornaments and gifts. Welcome to Vinyl Season's Greetings. But wait, that's not all. Since I was sounding like an 80s TV commercial there, I figure I'd throw that line in there. Last but not least, well, definitely not last, because there's more yet. The Art of Tactic historical war game, World War II, Battle for Moscow, 1941. From our friends at Zvezda. And I do say friends because we've actually met Konstantin, the guy who made the game. Pretty nice guy. So Art of Tactic is a little bit more complex than Memoir 44, although you can play the Art of Tactic games in the same style as Memoir 44. But by default, they're a little bit more detailed. You have individual units rather than just infantry or tank. You've got German HQ, German mortar, German infantry, German motorcycle, different kinds of tanks. You trace supply lines. So it's more not as complex as Bold Action, more complex than Memoir 44. Kind of hits my sweet spot as far as World War II war games go. From Flying Carpet Games, Orchards, the card game. Plant, Grow, Harvest. The Orchards In orchards, players will plant, grow, harvest, and sell fruit to fulfill orders from the market. Each order fulfilled earns player victory points. At the end of the game, the player with the most points wins. Plant in the orchard by placing a card touching at least 2 other cards. Grow by collecting fruit from adjacent cards. Harvest by enclosing a card in the orchard. Sell at the market by trading harvested fruit for victory points. Heard really good things about it, and now we have it. From Van Ryder Games, we have the new Gourmet popcorn dice. Plays the same as the original popcorn dice, but it has colorful candy-coated kernels instead of, the normal white popcorn kernels. And released last week that we didn't get to, we have, for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Gloomspite Gits, Bragnitz Bottle Snatches, a significant value-added box. We have the Flesh Eater Courts, Jarian's Delegation, and a new way to play, yet another new way to play, Blood Bowl, Gutter Bowl, game of street-level fantasy football mayhem. Gutter Bowl is an exciting expansion of Blood Bowl in which you will coach a team of brutish, if inexperienced, players as they settle their differences on the street and in the sewers of the old world. What it lacks in sporting competence and showmanship compared to its big brother, Blood Bowl, it more than makes up for in violence and near complete disregard for the rules. You will need a copy of the Blood Bowl 2nd Season Edition starter set in order to use the contents of this box. Inside, you will find all the rules you'll need to adapt Blood Bowl for the mean streets and sewers of the old world where Gutter Bowl is played. Rules to adapt standard Blood Bowl League to fit the gritty backstreet leagues that are played in secret both above and below the surface of many old world cities. The history of Gutter Bowl, though not much is known about the game's origins, mainly due to the fact that it is largely played in secret to avoid all the players being arrested. What is known about Gutter Bowl is laid out inside for the enjoyment of all you fans of trivia associated with Knuffles' great game. Street pitch, sewer pitch, street and sewer pitch double-sided dugouts. We also got some dice. Here you see from Ultra Pro, it said black with silver lettering, but these look an awful lot like the black with white lettering ones that we got earlier. But these are the giant oversized stuffed D20s and a restock on the red D20. And then, as if that's not enough dice, because we always need more dice, our final order from Origins arrived. Gatekeeper Games dice. So we've been looking to bring them in for a while, but I finally pulled the trigger and got some. So here we have a unique set of 14 resin dice designed after our solar system, featuring classic Greek astronomy symbols. Each set includes 2 D4s, 5 total D6s, a D8, a D10, a D%, a D12, and 3 different sizes of D20. So you see the symbols for Venus, Earth, Mars, asteroids, the Moon, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. The magnet dice. These are a little pricey, but they're premium resin dice with precision edges, color shifting sparkles, and the world's strongest rare earth N52 neodymium magnets inside. And they do stick together. We saw these, quote, in action at Origins. Another giant D20, this one in rainbow layers. Again, nice heavy-duty resin. 58 millimeters, so these are bigger than the Koplo ones we've had on the shelf. A couple of their mighty tiny dice. Here we have Caribbean Tide and Rainbow Bites or Bits. Nice little weather symbol on the D6 there. Then also, now the really cool thing about Gatekeeper Game Dice is First of all, the regular size dice come in this cool dice box that looks like a castle tower, and it's actually a 2-inch square, so it fits nicely on a D&D, for example, grid. I could stand on that. This will hold 500 pounds of weight. You can't do that with one of the Chessex dice cubes. But the other really cool thing about their dice is they are made of resin. So it's a slower curing process, and because it's a slower manufacturing process, the chance of getting air bubbles in them is near zero. So statistically speaking, these are some of the most balanced dice on the market today. So really good stuff, and they're in comparable price to a lot of the dice that we have from Sirius, the ones that we showed you from Foam Brain last week, well, I guess 2 weeks ago, because, you know. But anyway, we've got their top 10. They've got a lot more than that, but we got their top 10. Here we have Swirlpool. Notice the little glittering going on in there. And we have, and the tower stack too. That's kind of cool. Here we have cat dice. See the little kitty inclusion in there, and the paw print on the 6. Already sold a set of those and hadn't even mentioned them yet. Here we have Mermaid. Panther, inspired by a certain series of Marvel movies. Galaxy. Astral Dragon. Biome Deep Sea. Kind of a little sandy bottom there, and water. And these are inclusion dice. I don't know if you can see the stuff in it, but I can, so you'll have to take my word for it if you can't. Expletive. Urgh! Van Gogh's Starry Night. Kind of cool if you're an art aficionado. Spider dice. Again, might be inspired by a certain Marvel character. Gatekeeper Games was the first to do layered dice. All the others copied them. And Psionic Combat. And last but not least, from Gatekeeper Games, we have some of their 7-die set mystery dice. This blind packaged set can have any of the regular sized dice. They're cheaper than buying. Well, first of all, they save a couple bucks by not including it in the Dice Cube Tower thing. But also, you don't know what you're getting, so you might get the $15 set, which is still a bargain because these are only, what did I price them at? Did I price them? Thought I wrote on the box. I don't see the price on there. Anyway, oh, there's price tag, $13. So the least of these is 15 or 16 on up to 18. So you're going to save 2, 3, maybe $5, but you don't know what you're going to get. Do you take the chance? Yeah, buy 2 of them. Why not? These kind of go along the lines with our that we mentioned last week, the Lost Tome of Monster Mystery Loots. The Lost Tome of Monster Mystery Loots have a monster with a D20 encounter and a pinature, which is to say a pin that becomes a miniature. See how the bottom folds down and becomes a base. And a D20 with the 20 having a symbol for that monster. And the cool thing that we're doing with the Mystery Loots is for $22, you can buy a blind package, or for $24, you can have the guarantee that if you don't like what's in your blind package, you can take the one that's open, which right now is a gargoyle. So, that's The new stuff for this fortnight, organized play-wise. Upcoming, we have, let me get over to the calendar here. As I mentioned today, we've got Pokemon League 2 to 4. We have Battletech at 6 p.m. Next Friday, we have the Magic Lord of the Rings Commander Party. More info about that online. At 11 a.m. next Saturday, the 22nd, we have the Pokemon League Challenge for July, and League following that. And my goodness, Keith, what disgusting pig you are. At 6 p.m., we're going to try a Warhammer 40,000 event with 10th edition rules. I do have my rule book now, but I haven't cracked the cover yet. So I would suggest bringing a couple of basic troop units for whatever faction you want to play and a leader unit. I'll try to work out specifics sometime this week and post on our Facebook page so that you can have a slightly better idea what to bring. But I mean, we're going to do an escalation league, so we're going to start super chill, super simple, just learning the very basic rules because, well, let's face it, over COVID, we had a lot of folks come in and pick up 40K, the modeling and painting part, but haven't yet thrown any dice for it. So got a lot of new people to learn. And I've got a couple people that are eager to play who have been playing 10th edition since a week before the book came out because they downloaded the rules legally, by the way. So yeah, there's that. Then the 28th, we have back on Friday night, Casual Commander. At the 29th, so 2 weeks from today, we have Pokemon Obsidian Flames pre-release at 11 a.m. By the way, the sign-ins for these tournaments start 30 minutes prior to the event. So we'll be open at 10:30 on the 22nd and 29th, and also August 5th, which is the second Pokemon Obsidian Flames pre-release weekend date for us. Let's see, where were we at? Right. Saturday the 29th, Pokemon Obsidian Flames pre-release at 11, League at 2 for Pokemon, and Paint and Take at 6 p.m. And then in August, we have Commander Masters launch draft on Friday the 4th of August. As already mentioned, the Obsidian Flames pre-release on Saturday the 5th at 11 a.m. and League at 2 p.m. We will be closing at 5 on Saturday the 5th and not have an evening event because I need to get Tammy out of town for that's the race of the weekend of the race, isn't it? The 5th, 6th? Yeah. So never mind. That week, we'll be closing no, I'll be here on Thursday and Friday. So yeah, normal hours. But no Saturday night event because Tammy will be out of town. And then the 11th, we have back to Casual Commander for Friday Night Magic, Pokemon League at 2, and Magic Lord of the Rings Championship Sealed Tournament on Saturday the 12th at 6 p.m. And then League and Casual Commander from there out. There will probably be another League Challenge, maybe a League Cup later in August. I don't know. I haven't talked to Ryan yet for scheduling those. So that's what's coming up in the next month or so. Sorry I missed last week, and thanks for checking us out this week for the last 2 weeks worth of stuff. If you found it useful, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. And yeah, that's what's up. Thanks, as always, for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.